Vice presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota is preparing to debate Senator JD Vance of Ohio. Here on CBS News, Harris campaign official tells CBS News Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is standing in debate prep for Vance during Walz's time with his advisors. The campaign also says this is an opportunity for the Minnesota governor to express Vice President Harris's vision and share it with the country. Joining us now is Robby Mook, who was campaign manager for Secretary Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. Robby, great to see you. What are your expectations looking ahead to the vice presidential debate for vice presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz?
Well, I think both of these gentlemen are very capable debaters, but I have to say JD Vance is very different than Donald Trump. I think you're going to hear a lot of the same falsehoods and misinformation you heard from Donald Trump, but it's going to come in better packaging. JD Vance relishes debates. He's very good at them. He has a good track record on this. So I expect to see a very heated debate. The question for me, which is always the challenge for anybody debating Trump or his followers, is how much can Walz get out the affirmative case he wants to make when you have so much misinformation coming at you. It can be really hard to get your own message through.
Robby, I remember covering Secretary Clinton's campaign and coming to see you in New York, and Senator Tim Kaine was the running mate for Secretary Clinton, as we all recall. But do these vice presidential debates really matter? When you're a high-ranking Democrat working on a campaign like you did at the highest level, is this really a crucible in a presidential campaign, or is it more something on a checklist to get through in the final stretch?
Well, I think there's somewhere in between. Do I think this one debate changes the entire dynamic of the campaign? No. But at the same time, we saw a significant bump for Harris coming out of the first debate. And so I think this is likely to be much more important than other vice presidential debates that we've had in the past. And it's really, as long as Donald Trump doesn't choose to debate Harris again, this is really the last main national moment in the campaign. From then on out, it's mostly going to be rallies and get out the vote efforts. So I do think this is an important moment in the campaign.
When you look at Governor Walz, what do you believe is more important as a veteran strategist? Is it introducing himself further to the electorate, talking about his biography, the Harris-Walz stance on different issues, or is it about taking on Senator Vance? What's more important in this particular moment?
Well, whenever you're going into any debate, you have to be on offense. If you're on defense or just reacting to what the other person is putting out, you're losing. So he absolutely needs to come in with an affirmative case, not just for what he and Vice President Harris are planning to do, but also to put a sharp and critical lens to what Trump and Vance are planning to do. But as I said earlier, a major challenge for anyone debating Trump or his allies is they put out so much misinformation, you can get caught in this trap of having to fact check them constantly. And so Walz is going to have to make a lot of decisions on the fly about how much time to spend talking about the things he needs to talk about, the affirmative case he needs to make, versus correcting what I expect will be an enormous number of lies and amount of misinformation coming from JD Vance.
Since it's been a few years now, can you tell us, what did you give as advice to Senator Tim Kaine? He was facing off against a running mate for Donald Trump, just like Governor Walz is this time. What was your advice back then about how to handle the debate?
Well, I think JD Vance and Mike Pence are actually very similar. These are both very capable debaters, very smooth politicians, but also very capable of towing the line for Trump and mimicking the same lies and misrepresentations as Donald Trump. We've just seen in the last few days how JD Vance has refused to admit that this allegation that people were stealing people's pets and eating them, despite being told by the town manager that was false, in his own state, by the way, despite the town manager saying it was false, despite bomb threats into schools, events having to be canceled, major security situations, he has refused to admit the truth. And I think you're going to see that same thing at the debate. So Walz is going to need to be tough and hold him to account, but make sure that he spends enough time talking about what he will do for the American people too.
Robby Mook, who knows politics as well as anybody, we really appreciate you taking the time and stopping by. Thank you.
Absolutely a pleasure. Thanks.